What's up, what's up, what's up to all my frugalistas, my thriftinistas, and my flipperistas? It's your girl, Goddess Arami, and I'm about to show you how I flipped this dress into this high fashion streetwear outfit that I don't even know what to call this. It's like, I just came up with some stuff, and yes, that's a jacket, and I'm going to show you how I made that jacket out of a shower curtain in the next video. So to start, to make the bodysuit with the neck thingy that's going on, the collar that's going on, the detached collar, I'm going to be starting with a bodysuit that fits me pretty well, and I'm just going to copy the shape of it. This bodysuit is very fitted, so I'm actually going to make sure that I give myself a little bit more space when cutting. I'm just here deciding how high I would like the shoulder strap, that thing right there, the shoulder strap to be, and I'm straightening it out, making sure that, and this thing is uneven. I made this, but I'm gonna fix it a little bit later on in the video. So I'm gonna take my shears and I'm just going to cut around that bodysuit to make sure that I get the shape that I would like. And we're gonna use these scrap pieces in just a little bit to make the collar that goes with it. Like I said, I am just cutting around, and you see here I gave myself a little bit of extra space. That way I wouldn't have no issues trying to get it on, because I'm not putting any buttons or clasps at the bottom like the bodysuit that I am copying. Okay, so I'm making it a little bit bigger. That way it's easy for me to step into and step out of when I'm ready to take it off. Okay, I don't know why I gave y'all so much footage of cutting, but you can see that I am cutting around. And once I get to that bottom part, I'm going to make the front smaller than the back, because that's how bodysuits are made, okay, for a good fit. So once I get that cut out, I am just going to take the scraps and I'm going to measure out a 6x6 rectangle on the fold. That way when I open it up, I get a long rectangle, and I'll show you what I'll do with that rectangle whenever I get done tracing it out. Okay, I actually don't like this ruler. I don't know why I have something against it, but it's not my favorite ruler, but it helps me the most in what I'm doing. It's just weird. So I'm gonna cut out that 6x6 block. When I open it, it's going to be 12x12. Okay, because this will fit snugly around my neck when I am putting this together. So when I open it up, you'll see it's a very long rectangle because I cut it on the fold on the seam line, and I'm gonna fold it in half like so, like that, and then I'm gonna stitch all the way around, leaving the sides open. So then I'm gonna close up all of the cuts that I made. I'm gonna make my seams, okay, and I'm gonna even these things out, because I told you earlier they were kind of weird. Oh, no, that's the wrong part. What I'm doing here is creating a space for my collar piece to go, okay? We're on track, we're doing the right things. So I made a little divot inside of where the shoulder piece is going to be, and I am connecting that collar piece to it. Can't believe I got confused like that. Whatever. I'm connecting that collar piece to it, and I'm going to sew it on the right side, on both sides. So not on the outside, but I'm sewing right sides together. That way, when you flip it inside out, you have seamlessness. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You see I opened it up and made sure that that collar piece was attached via the right side. Okay, this part was a little tricky for me to figure out, but I figured it out in the long run, and it came out to be what I needed it to be. You see what I'm saying? When I flip it inside out, I was making sure that it was attached properly. Okay, making sure that that neck piece was attached properly, and as you can see, it is. So the right thing to do is to open it up and make sure that it is pinned right sides together. And then we're going to use a zigzag stitch, and yes, I'm at work doing this. This is why I love working from home. If you have questions about my job, just let me know and I can help you get put on so you can work from home too. So once I get that sewed, I'm going to flip it back right sides together so that I can sew up those open seams. All right, so we're gonna sew those shoulder seams together, and I wish I didn't cut this down as far as I did, but it is what it is. I've already done it, it's already cut, it's already gone, and I've already put the piece on, and it's fine the way it is. Okay, it's a little struggle, but it's fine. So I'm going to sew the side seams together, and then I'm going to sew the seam on the crotch area. And you can see I made that shorter earlier, but I just lined those two up. And this is when I evened out the cuts on the leg holes. So I'm going to sew all of these together, and then we're going to come back and we are going to be attaching elastic to all of the remaining open seams. And we're going to sew that elastic in the same way that I've shown you in other videos. So if you have questions about that elastic, just go check out my other videos and I'll show you how it's done. Because once I get it attached to the open seam, I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm going to stitch that down with a zigzag stitch. And this is what it looks like when it is finished. Okay, so now we are done with that bodysuit. It's looking cute, it's giving 80s aesthetic, and we're going to move on to the shorts. So I'm going to take the bottom part of that dress that was remaining, that was left over, and we're going to make a very, very simple pair of shorts. Very simple, very easy, doesn't even take 30 minutes to do. So we're just going to take some biker shorts that fit very well. I guess I was going to go and find them. And we're going to lay them out on top of this fabric. And we're just going to copy it. We're going to make a triangle shape. Whenever I get to it, I should have cut all of this out. Oh my goodness. We're going to make a triangle shape up to the point of the crotch area on our already made biker shorts. And then we're going to cut across the top, you know, to make the waistband. Very simple, very easy to do. I was sitting here playing, trying to make sure that it was what I wanted it to be. We're going to cut across the top, leaving a bit of seam allowance. I wanted these to be a bit taller than those were. Oof, my hair. Lord, don't talk about my hair. Okay, they're braid locks right now, and I'm locking my hair. Goodness gracious, I did not know that shot was in there, but oh well. So now we're just gonna fold down the top part of those shorts, and we're gonna attach our elastic in the same way that we attached it to the bodysuit, by stitching it down and folding it over and attaching these. So we're gonna sew up our side seams, we're gonna sew up our crotch area, and we're gonna attach that elastic. And that is really going to be the last thing that we have to do for these shorts. I'm just trying to even it out a little bit because I didn't like the way that it was. I really don't like shorts like these. I would much rather, you know, have my seams in the middle. But, you know, this was simple, this was easy, this was quick, and it's a quick way for you to make some shorts. You know, very easy to do. So with the remaining fabric, I decided that I wanted to make a headband. So I took a, I don't remember what my measurements were, honestly. Shoot. I think it may have been 10 by 4 because I wanted a 20-inch strip. I think my head circumference was 21 and I wanted it a little bit more fitted. So I think it was 10 by 4 on the fold. And then I cut that out and I folded it in half. And I'm just going to sew a straight line. And for some reason, I thought I was making something else, so I started making markings that were unnecessary, okay? So I folded it, sewed it down, and now I am flipping it inside out with my loop turner. I can show you where to get one of those because they're very convenient for somebody who turns things inside out all the time. All right, so now we're going to take one end and we're going to match it with the middle seam, okay? You see what I'm doing here? Seam on the fold, and then we're going to fold one half over, and then we're going to fold the other half over, and that's how you get that like top knot look, okay? So then we're going to stitch right down that, and we're going to make sure we do a double stitch so it stays, so that when we get done sewing it and we flip it out, you got that little top knot look, right? Yeah, that's one of the easiest headbands that there is to make. And make sure you cut off that excess, okay? So it doesn't be, you know, on your head, or it doesn't hurt you, or, you know, it's smooth on top of your head. It's not bothering you, and it gives you a fresh layout, okay? And that's it. That's it for this whole outfit. If you want to know about how I made this crazy looking jacket, it's actually a shower curtain, okay? So I'm going to show you in my next video how I made this shower curtain jacket, and 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Thank you for vibing with me through this make, and I hope to see y'all in my next video. I love you guys. Bye. Have a good day.